And welcome once again to Wayne's World. I am so happy you are with us today. I'm Wayne Dawson, and today I have the story of someone who went from being down and out to a viral video sensation. He's a local man who overcame adversity to become a very successful businessman and social media influencer. We're going to talk to him in just a bit, but first, Suzanne Stratford has a story of Cleveland's own fast and famous Repo Man.
His first two videos went mad viral, over 1 million.
So I'm like, and it just escalated from there.
Cleveland Repo Man and video clip boss Eben, aka the Toe Goat.
No, man, people, like I say, man, like this city right here, like it really has embraced me a lot, though.
From serious work to silly skits.
The BMW that kind of fell apart.
No, that
Was that was a joke?
yeah, that was a joke.
Racking up hundreds of thousands of social media followers, plus countless views. Dude with a hose alone grabbed 78 million.
Man, like I said, anybody can get it, man.
Eben snags everything, even a funeral coach.
You'll be surprised, like people rent cars and don't bring them back. But then you have cars from all the way down from a regular little Kia all the way up to like probably a Maserati or a Benz, or your car got bullet holes in it and like dents all over the car. You be like, oh my God, like what the?
In post after post, run after run.
I don't care where you at, we're gonna come get it.
Even at a gas station, as the driver steps away.
People like, man, I hope they ain't coming for me. Have it be like this, like.
Eben's own collision course with success began with getting laid off during COVID, investing everything he had into starting a towing company, which led to repos.
She was like, I never seen nobody report a car that fast before. The rest was like history for real.
An average tows under 20 minutes. Eben, 20 seconds. In a specially built, tricked-out Dragon Wagon with multiple cameras, including his signature 360 cam.
This my baby right here. Like, we be out on a hunt, like, pretty much 24/7.
With a list from lenders on drivers who are seriously delinquent on payments.
Oh, yeah, people threaten me all the time, though. They get to running towards the truck, and I'll be like, oh, my God, here we go with this.
One woman literally wailing on his team member.
He was stumbling towards me, and it was like, yeah, it's time for us to get up out of here.
But he never loses his sense of humor or humanity.
I try to have like a lot of compassion when I'm doing my job and try to figure out like, well, let me see if this person really going a hard time. No, I'm not gonna mess with their car.
Because he's been in their shoes.
Though, like I've been to prison before. I done been through just about anything and everything.
And why this family man also posts motivational messages. Because he says, before he repoed cars, he reclaimed his life. And you can too.
Like, no matter what you're going through or what situation you have come from or you in, just keep going, like, don't stop. I can't explain, like, how grateful and how blessed I feel, like, honestly.
In Cleveland, Suzanne Stratford, Fox 8 News.
All right, and with me now is the Toe Goat himself, Eben Reed. Welcome to Wayne's World, my friend. How you doing today?
I'm great, man. Appreciate you for having me, man.
Now talk about, man, how do you hook up a car in 20 seconds? How does that work?
Practice.
Practice.
and a lot of it.
I know that's right.
No, I like it got a lot to do with the new equipment they got out nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
It just helped tow truck drivers get faster and more efficient with everything that they doing.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I got a new truck getting built. Hopefully, it be done in a couple weeks. I can't wait to pick it up.
How many trucks do you have right now? Just have the one truck?
Right now 3.
3 trucks?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness gracious. All right, now you made a negative into a positive. Listening to Suzanne's story, this all came about during COVID. Talk about how the business began.
Like I say, I was working at a job for like 9 years. I most of it in process tech for this company, Customer Record, and they wanted to let me go around the time that COVID hit. Mm-hmm. So like by me being, I thought I was gonna retire from that job, honestly. So
you thought that was gonna be a lot?
Yeah, like, but sometimes God got bigger and better plans for you. So I wound up going home that night, let my wife know. I'm like, man, they just let me go. My wife she like, that was my fiance at the time. She like, oh, you'll be cool, you'll figure it out. So I wound up calling back up to the job, 'cause I know I had a 401k. So I called to the job, I talked to the accountant. She said, I'm gonna call you back in about 10 minutes. So she called me back, she's like, well, you got roughly about like 19,000 you can pull out, you know. So I'm like, what? So I wasn't expecting her to say I had that much.
Right.
Like, so I'm like, first thing I did, I hopped on the phone, I called a couple of my friends that was in the touring industry. And I asked them, like, man, this is something I should invest in. And both of them pretty much gave me the same. They're like, man, they're like, Ed, don't even think about it. Like, just go for it. So I hopped online, found me a truck. Me and my friend, we drove out of town to get it. Got back to the city, started the company, you know, and it's been all uphill
The
ever
rest
since.
is history. How does the repo game work? I mean, how do you find out what cars to repo, and how does that whole situation work?
Well, a lot of the companies not like, I didn't even have to reach out to a lot of the companies. Like when I first got into the repo game, this lady that know all the repo companies and dealerships, she reached out to me and she asked me, can I do a repo for her? But I wasn't really, I was just focused on my regular towing.
You just towing cars
Yeah,
that broke
I
down?
was like, I'm cool, I'm okay. But she was persistent. She called me a couple times. And the first time I went and did a repo for her, she was like, wow, like, I ain't never seen nobody move that fast before. So she was like, can I call you back again if I got another? I'm like, yeah, for sure. So we got to going, you know, and I wound up filming one of the actual repos.
Okay.
And I wasn't gonna post it at first, but I ended up posting it online, and the video went viral. The very first video I posted online went viral.
And that's how it started,
That's
right?
how it started.
Why? And you first started posting on what platform?
Instagram.
Instagram. Okay. Now you're on YouTube.
Yeah.
And it's blown up considerably.
Yeah, I didn't even have a YouTube channel when my videos initially started blowing up. One of my friends was like, bro, hurry up and get on YouTube.
Okay.
So I started posting videos on YouTube, and the videos started going viral on YouTube also.
Okay.
And I grew over 1 million subscribers. I'm at like 1.5 million right now, but I grew over like 1 million subscribers like the first year.
The first year. Now, I mean, that had to shock you, man.
Oh yeah, it most definitely shocked me, but it was crazy because it's like I seen, like from that first couple videos I posted, I kind of seen it flash before my eyes, like this my lane right here. You know, because I had already fell in love with the touring industry,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? And I was also doing videography,
Doing video.
photography, like, you know, so that's something I've been doing for years. So I just put the two together and we here right now.
Now talk about how many cameras do you have on your truck, man? You got so many different angles.
Oh
that
yeah,
you-
well, so I keep between 3 to 4 cameras. It's 2 cameras on the outside of my truck called 360 cameras.
Okay.
Them the cameras that catch all the amazing angles. Like you can't miss nothing with them 3. Cause they film all around you, you know what I'm saying, and stitch the footage together to make it seem seamless.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this, man. I mean, is it ever a situation where you feel that you're in danger? I mean, when you do, people know who you are now.
Yeah.
But do you ever, when you go out and you get the cars, do you ever feel like,
Yeah, it's always, people be teasing me because they like, you always look just like so calm and so collected.
know.
Like, but yeah, you had them times where your adrenaline be pumping and you be
Okay.
like, oh man, I hope this don't go sideways.
Okay.
But it's all about just your approach also.
What do you mean by
I try to have just a cool demeanor when I'm dealing with people.
Okay.
You know, so they don't think it's personal or anything.
So it's not personal?
Yeah,
huh?
I'm just doing my business. That's it.
Well, let me ask you this. I mean, have you ever been, what's your most dangerous situation you've been in? Anybody ever pull a gun on you or anything like that?
No, people
Thank
ain't
God.
nobody put a gun on me yet, but you had them people pulling bats on me and
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, anything they can find in arm's reach.
How do you handle that?
Like luckily, man, like I'm just good with talking with people a lot of the times and just trying to keep everything like nice and cool until I can get in my truck and get up out of there.
Now, some of your stuff is really funny.
Oh,
It
yeah.
really is. I just got to ask you, how much of it is real and how much of it is actually
Hey,
TV?
I'm gonna tell you something, right? It's so funny, right? Because, like I said, I love to entertain. I love to get people, like, you can kind of tell which ones I kind of skid out.
Okay.
But the real ones, them be the ones that be the most
Oh,
funniest.
they're the best ones, huh?
You be like, man, this can't be. People been in the comments like, this can't be real.
Your funniest job, the funniest real job you've
Yeah.
ever done, is there anything that's at the top of your head?
Man, there's a couple of them, man. Like I had just did one a few weeks ago where a dude actually came outside and he had dropped his wings And he was like, oh man, my wings.
What do you mean his wings?
He had some food, like some chicken wings.
Oh, his chicken wing. He dropped his chicken wing. Okay, okay.
Because he was so mad when he went in the air and went like this, the box came out his hand, so it was chicken wings flying, jumping all over the place.
That's crazy.
And then he ain't even know that. He ain't noticed the cameras until the end of the video. So on the end of the video, you kind of see him look at the camera like, and I'm getting recorded too.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Oh man.
Let me ask you this, man. I mean, do you ever encounter a situation where you feel sorry for the individual? When does that compassion come in, or is it just business?
Oh yeah, all the time. You feel me? That's why I love the fact that I own my own business and I don't have to report to anybody. I pretty much can make the decisions. You feel me? I can't cause a lot of these companies, you hire and you get to that car, you mandatory, you got to pick that car up.
Right.
You feel me? But if I'm in a situation, I kind of still try to have compassion part of me though. You know what I'm saying? Because I know everybody ain't just neglecting their bills. You got some people out here that's on hard times. They're just going through things.
And you just at that point, they got to have a good story though, right?
They got to have a good story.
They got to have a good story.
You got to have a good story.
Okay, tell me the saddest story you ever heard without using names.
Honestly, I think it was one I had put up on an older guy, and he was sleeping in his car.
Oh yeah.
And he had all his stuff in his car.
Yeah.
And he was talking to me like, man, this ain't just my car, this is my home.
Yeah.
You feel me? He was like, the car was stuck right there, got cut off, and he couldn't get it started back up because I guess he needed a jump.
Yeah.
And I felt so bad, I even gave him a jump.
I know that's right, brother.
You feel me? Because when he got out of the car, he had like medical tools and stuff hooked to him.
Oh,
and I'm just like, man, life is life sometimes. You feel me? And I was just like, man, I pray that you find your way about this situation, And we talked for a while, and I went on my way. He went on his way.
Toe Goat. Where'd you get that name, man?
Man, it's crazy because I have been calling myself that even before all the social media fame and all that. You feel me? And then one day I just had tagged into one of my posts, and then everybody got to calling me, So I was like, well, I guess this gonna be it right here, the Toe Goat.
It's been said, and you've said it, that going to prison saved your life. Evan's story hasn't always been about viral videos. How he turned his life around. When Wayne's World returns, stay with us. Welcome back to Wayne's World. I am sitting here with the Toe Goat, better known as Evan Reed. And Evan, my goodness, your story is incredible, brother, because you've had hard times, but somehow you've turned those times into what you're doing today. And you've said that prison saved your life. You were in jail for how long?
6 years.
And what happened? How did you end up there?
Man, just being in the streets, you know what I'm saying, young and just being out there thinking that was what I was supposed to be doing or trying to find an easy way out, you feel me? And got caught up and got sentenced to 6 years. And like I said, it most definitely changed my life though, you feel me? Because when I tell people all the time, like, I ain't had to do this 6 years to even change my life. When the judge gave me 6 years, she could have been like, psych, you know what I'm saying? And I probably would have been like on the straight and narrow because I never thought like my life would be going down that path, you feel me? But sitting in there, I had like all them regrets. And one of my biggest regrets was probably like, my grandmother lives up in age, my grandparents, and they had raised me. And they ain't raised me to be the type of man I had turned out to be.
What happened? How did you become that person?
Man, just like I say, my mother, she was addicted to drugs at the time, you feel me? And we were kind of staying with her, and she had a relapse. And by us being actually in the hood, you see these things and you just be looking like for a way out, you feel me, sometimes. So you just be good to going down them paths.
This is your past, but what kind of things were you doing, man?
Oh, man, stealing cars, selling all type of drugs, just about anything you can think of, you know what I'm saying, to make some money.
How'd you get caught?
Man, I got caught.
Turning point of your life, though, huh? How did it happen, man?
Man, I had got into it with some guys and went back to kind of retaliate. And what happened was it kind of got out of control, and it was like guns and stuff involved. And like I say, after it was over with, like the people that went to the police, you feel me? Because we all knew each other, and they told them my name, and they wound up coming to my door like, you coming with us?
That was well, the
Yeah.
best thing that ever happened to you
No,
in
but
a
it,
sense.
but
huh?
it was though, cause like I said, it changed my outlook on life, honestly, like completely. Cause like I say, my grandparents raised me. They ain't raised me to be the type of man I was. So by them being old and me having 6 years in my head, I'm like, I might not never get to see them again.
Right.
You feel me? So I used to pray to God and ask God, like, look, if you just let me come home to my grandparents still living,
Yes.
and they be able to see me change my life, you know what I'm saying? Like I won't turn back. And that's what I did. He blessed me to come home. And my
Yes.
grandfather, he was actually on his deathbed when I come home. He was very, very sick. And he wound up passing like 5 months after I had came home. But I was working outside. I was doing everything I felt I should be doing. And just to hear him on his deathbed be like, I'm proud of you.
He said that to you. Huh? Man, I know that made you feel good.
Man, what?
Yes, yes.
That lit fire in me though.
I
Like,
know
you know
it
what I'm saying?
did.
Like, man, I got a bigger purpose. And so I just
How
kept
did you
going.
navigate the 6 years in jail, though, man?
It's hard. I think it's like a mental thing, but I'm glad God blessed me with a strong mental, and then also blessed me to be around people that was encouraging.
In jail?
Yeah, that was encouraging into the Word of God, and
Okay.
we had just kind of like just feed on each other energy in there. You know what I'm saying? Keep each other's spirits high. You know, so that got me through a lot of that time.
Your mom was on drugs at one time.
Yes.
But now she's clean and doing her thing.
yeah, yeah.
I know she is very proud of her son.
No, she watched me on YouTube all day, every day. People like, hey, talk on your mother's house. That's all she got on TV. We
Yeah.
can't watch nothing else.
How do people in your neighborhood, people you grew up with, how do they react to you now, seeing the man that you've become? Is there jealousy, do you think?
Honestly, it's crazy because I haven't even felt like no jealousy. You know what I'm saying? You know, sometimes it's probably there.
Because you know how some people are.
Yeah, for sure though. But for the most part, it's been like love, man.
Because you're still in the same area.
Yeah, I still move through the same area. Like I ain't even famous. Like you feel me? And a lot of dudes, they pull up on me, they be like, man, keep doing what you're doing,
Yes.
bro. You like this, cause I guess I kind of give them hope. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yes.
like Eb did it. Look where he came from. Like he came from the same place we came from.
Yeah.
You know, he doing what he doing right now. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's kind of inspiring.
What
for them.
about the kids? Because whether you know it or not, you're a role model for
yeah,
a
for
lot
sure.
of young kids. What do you tell them?
Oh man, I just tell them like, man, the sky the limit. Honestly, I tell them don't get too focused on your present situation.
What they're dealing with right now.
Though. Don't get too focused on your present situation because it's way more than you see, like right in front of you. You know, this is a whole bunch of work. I think that's my biggest thing. Like when you growing up in the hood, sometimes you get so caught up in just what you see, you miss the whole other what it is out there. You feel me? So I always, I just went and spoke at a graduation last week.
What school?
It was Broadway Academy.
Excellent.
8th grade graduation.
Okay.
You know, so I got a chance to just talk to the kids and just like let them know a little bit of my past and where I come from. You know, because I came from the same place they come from. You
Yes,
feel me?
yes.
And so just
And
told
see,
them-
they can hear it from someone like you than someone like me. Even though I came from a similar environment, I'm so old now. But they can listen to you because you're still a young man. You can relate to those young people.
Oh no, for sure though. But it was most definitely a blessing. You know, and it just had their attention. You know what I'm saying? Look out into the crowd and just see they was hanging on every word. Like you know, so that meant a lot because you never know who watching you and who life you might change or might inspire.
I tell you, man, your story is absolutely incredible. You ever think about writing a book?
Oh yeah, honestly I am. What's so crazy? 'Cause I had reached out to Deontay Young.
Okay.
A couple weeks ago, and because he had pitched the idea to me, and I had been thinking about it, but it's so crazy because after he pitched the idea to me, like a few more people was asking, like, man, when you coming out with a book? Like, you should really write a book. So we most definitely working on one.
That's excellent, man. Let me ask you this. Now, you're a family man now.
Oh yeah.
How has that motivated you?
Man, I think that's been like one of my biggest motivations over these past like 5 years. You feel me? Just meeting the love of my life and just growing and just learning. You know what I'm saying? Because it gives you like a sense of not just purpose, but like when you just ain't doing it for yourself, I think you go a lot harder, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you got people that really count on you and really love you. So you like, I can't let them down. So I got to turn it up.
Does she, when you leave the house and you're going on a tour, does she kind of fear for you sometimes, or what's her
Sometimes
mindset?
she be with me.
Does she really? She
Yeah,
ride
like,
she ride
She be
shotgun.
with me. Sometimes that's my cameraman on a lot of
that's
stuff, though.
nice, man.
You feel me? Like, so she be with me the majority of the time. You feel me? Like, we do a lot of together. But I know sometimes when I be out there on the dolo, I know sometimes she probably do kind of worry, like, cause, and that's why I tell my team always, I'm like, look, our approach is everything, though, because I just don't want me and my team to come back, you know what I'm saying, go back to their families. I also want the people that we interacting with to go back to their families as well, though.
Absolutely.
You know?
Let me ask you this. Now, I remember years ago I did a story about, repo, and most of it happened at night. But You do your
I do mine in the daytime.
You do yours in the daytime. Why is that,
Hey,
man?
no, the nighttime too iffy, man.
Right,
The
that's when
nighttime
you
too
really.
iffy. Yeah, the nighttime too iffy. Like, cause I feel like at night, people feel like they might can get away with a little bit more at night. But when it's broad daylight and them cameras on, like I don't,
That's smart.
like people might not, you know what I'm saying, act out as they would if it, you know what I'm saying, a different situation.
When you ride up on somebody, man, at this point, everybody
Yeah,
knows
everybody
who
know
you
me.
are.
I can't even sneak up no more.
So when you ride up, do they say, turn the cameras off, turn the cameras? How does that work?
I guess a lot of people be so like in shock a lot of times. They don't even be thinking about the camera. They be thinking about their ride. I think later on down the line, after I done left, they be like, oh, he got me on camera too. Now I'm about to be the Instagram sensation.
You mentioned that while you were in jail, you strengthened your relationship with God.
Oh yeah.
How did that happen?
Because I always been rooted in the Bible. You know, because my grandparents raised me, and they used to have us in church every Sunday, every day of the week. You know what I'm saying? Bible study. You feel me? So I think like when you already have like that background, it'd be kind of hard to get away from it, you feel me? Because it always be like right there. Like them teachings always be right there, you feel me? So luckily, like I said, I ran into some good guys in jail and they was also into the Bible. And like I said, we always just fellowshipped and kind of like we read the scriptures and like I say, just always just kind of motivate ourselves and kept ourselves in the word.
Do you have to search those kind of individuals out in jail because there's so much going on behind bars?
No,
man.
it most definitely be a lot going on though, you know what I'm saying? But you just read different vibes, you know, then like I say, everybody got their own little cliques and they be to themselves, you feel me? So like you just kind of just find each other for real though, get to kind of talking and see where people head at and y'all just go from there.
How big a role does faith play in your life right now?
Man, it plays a big role, like in my life. A person had asked me online the other day, cause I be very transparent with my past on my page and where I done came from and what I have overcome and the role that God had played in my life. And the guy had questioned me the other day. He like, why you giving God all the glory? That's all you doing this. I'm like, listen here, bruh. I'm like, until you done been in my shoes, you feel me? Don't tell me what God has done for me, man. You know what I'm saying? Have or have not done for me. You know what I'm saying? Cause like on them nights when I was in jail and I ain't had nobody to call on, I couldn't pick up the phone and call to the house, you know what I'm saying? I sat there and vented God. I sat there, you know what I'm saying? He talked to me, you know what I'm saying? He molded me, he gave me the way. So a person can never tell me what God haven't or haven't done for
There's
me.
no way they can tell you that.
No, not at
My
all.
goodness gracious, man, that is excellent. Once again, your story is absolutely incredible. What is your message? The individuals who maybe have hit hard times right now, going through whatever they're going through, or perhaps even behind bars. What is your message to these individuals who see you as a success?
Honestly, man, I think my message that I preach a lot to the people around me and the people that might be going through things is the best is always yet to come, man. Like, you feel me? Don't never give up on yourself. Don't never give up on the faith of God. You know, always keep striving for better, you know, and just don't give up. You know, because that's a lot of times, like, I feel like that's the defining factor, just not giving up, man. Not giving up.
That's the key. Keep on keeping on.
Just keep on keeping on.
Evan Reed, good luck to you, my man.
Oh, man, I
I'm
love
very
it.
proud of you.
Appreciate it.
All right. Thank you for joining me, man, for these 30 minutes. And thank you for joining us as well on this edition of Wayne's World. Once again, whatever mind can conceive and believe, with God's help, it can achieve. See you again next week.